Hello friends and welcome back for episode 17 of our Terraria 1.2 Let's Play. We are back for another episode. It's been a couple of days, hopefully nobody's too upset about that, but I've been trying to dole out these in some sort of a reasonable degree. I just saw something very strange at the bottom right of the screen, which I'm going to have to go investigate. It looked like a slime with rabbit legs or something. I need to go see what that was about. Yeah, what on earth is that? That's really strange. So anyway, we are back. I guess it was a rabbit that was covered in a slime. And hopefully we are better than ever. This is now... I don't know if this is the first episode I've recorded on the new computer. The last week or so has been a freaking blur for me. And I don't even know where I am or what I'm doing anymore, but... The big thing that's worth mentioning, series should be hopefully getting back to sort of normal now. I've got the things in place that need to be in place to hopefully continue recording this on a semi-regular basis. I'm not going to say that there won't necessarily be, you know, a day or two that get missed, but I'd like to make this daily if I can. And who knows, there might even be an issue that brings the whole thing down again. What on earth is that now? There's all these new enemies. That's kind of terrifying. It looks like it's wearing some kind of Jason mask or like the dude from Ninja Turtles a little bit. Casey Jones. I think he's holding a bat. Oh, he's got a shackle. Neat. A jagged shackle. Alright, well, I'll have to look at what that is later. And this dude has a freaking cape. We've got zombie superheroes now. So anyway, what are we doing today, you're probably wondering. Now that we are actually back. That thing that I said like 3 times. Our goal today, well, a whole bunch of things happened. So apparently a meteor landed. That's one thing that I've heard, anyway. I looked all over the map. I didn't actually see one. Like, I just sort of scanned around on this thing. I would think they would show up somewhere on here. There was the one here, which left a pretty sizable chunk of the ground missing. I mean, because I had to mine it out and stuff. Now there's ropes there. Yeah, I need to, like, pay attention to the game, though. And I didn't see one on any of the sides. So I guess we're just going to head back over to the right. If we see it, we see it. If we don't, we're going to go to the jungle and do a little bit more searching around in there, because I've been told by quite a few people there's a lot of good stuff there. I've also been told that there was some great stuff that I missed when I was in the ice caves last episode, and that is something maybe I would like to look into at a future date. Apparently the silt can be run through that like extractinator thingamajig that I found and posted up in the top of my building to possibly get diamonds or some sort of other gems or something out of it, and you know, I'm all into that. Apparently that would be a straight upgrade for my ruby staff, which is basically my favorite weapon, because not only does it light things up... Oh, what is that? I just got 100 blue chunks. What are those? Is that the new mana, like, when I get to this point? I don't know, the new meta mana? Anyway, so we're going to try and probably head to the jungle for now, and probably next time we're going to do ice caves again and harvest some sleet or whatever it was. Why are there so many new things all of a sudden? Did the game get hugely patched or something? I don't know what anything is anymore. Yeah, these are definitely like a new thing. Goodie bag? Everything's different! That's kind of why I love this game, though. Like, every time I come into it is like, I have no idea what's going on again. And I mean, now I can fly, so that's good. I mean, I can fly and hover, which is like even better. So when I run out of fly, then I can hover. I think everybody should be happy about that. Whoa, what is that thing? It's got like a thing on its head, I guess. So yeah, we're gonna try and stock up on all the stuff we can, continuing to find ores. There's a raven or something now. I'm gonna shoot that. Oh, I didn't mean to throw glow sticks at it, though. Good thing I can fly. There we go. And when we stock up on enough materials, we should be in a good position to move on to whatever the next place is going to be. I thought it was going to be the jungle in the first place, so I guess maybe we need to clear that out, and then I guess we go to the dungeon. I've also had people mention that I should be headed to perhaps Hell. That's another option, or we could go to find the Crimson. I mean, all these things will probably happen in time, so hopefully nobody's too upset with the order I've chosen to take them on in. I think that is part of the sort of intrigue of a game like this, that everyone can play it in a somewhat different way, and hopefully all roads are equally valid. I know some people would probably prefer that I do one thing over another sometimes, but hopefully you're with me enough that you can, you know, tolerate a little bit of screwing around or like making a mistake or 2 or 5 or 10. You know, because I have seen some comments that were a little bit like, why haven't you done this already? Well, you know, because I'm sort of taking it at my own pace, so I'm not really going to let that stuff get to me. It's probably best, like, if you're upset, just, like, don't even bother. I'm just gonna probably get to whatever it is that you want me to do eventually. Just don't know when or how. But yeah, I do still value all of those tips that everybody's been giving me. A lot of those have been really useful and really constructive and everything, so please do continue doing that. I should probably open every single episode with saying, yes, I know to hold down shift. Like, I've seen that comment probably more than anything. And I'll try and do some defensive maneuvering through these eater dudes. So I haven't seen any kind of meteor action going on down here. Oh, I should mention also the Goblin Tinkerer did show up in my apartment, so I will probably go hang out with him at some point. Weird little bird, would you go away? And what do we get out of him? I think there's a workbench that I want to go find out about, and I think it costs 10 gold. And then I should be able to combine a couple of things, like accessory things, that will allow me to have a much better time and not take up quite as many accessory slots, which I think is a terrific solution to a problem that I'd often wondered how the developers were going to approach back when I was still involved in Terraria on a regular basis. And that question was like, how do you deal with the limited inventory slots, which will eventually, you know, fill up any chance you have of trying to branch your character out into something a little bit more useful. People have also mentioned I should maybe think about farming in the dungeon. Well, you know, all things in time. We'll get there eventually. I mean, I did really want to, like, finish off all of the whatever this type of gear is, but that's probably not going to be practical. I did want to get that axe and everything, too. Is this mahogany? What kind of wood is this? Oh, this is mahogany up here. So all those times I was so excited about finding mahogany down in the jungle, there was like a ton of it up on the top of the ground that I could have had. And I guess this means it's officially daytime out. Am I tough yet? Can I fight stuff now with this better armor? I hope so. Those loafs or mushrooms or whatever with the mana are really strange looking. They've kind of put me off a little bit. I was so used to whatever they were before. And I guess no more of that. So, let's check our map in just a moment here once everything clears out. Where are we to the jungle? Oh, we still have a little while to go. Okay, we gotta go over this lump and go over another corruption zone, and then we should be about there. The birds are trying to be annoying. These freaking man-eater dudes, they never let up. We still want to try and collect money. And somebody mentioned I could get a safe as well as the piggy bank, which is actually a pretty good idea. So that actually gives me another set of inventory areas to worry about, so that way when I, you know, immediately fill up my slots again, I will have a second storage space. I mean, honestly, if I've cleaned out my piggy bank before I go into a new area, I shouldn't be in too much of a danger of filling everything up, but it's good to know that there's another option as well. The safe seems like a cool thing to have, and I still kind of wish there was just like a backpack expansion slot, you know, kind of Borderlands style. And I'm sorry for everybody that gets upset when I mine the ore. I just can't really pass it up. It's just an OCD tendency of mine. I really want to make sure I get all the resources I need. What is that? That's terrifying. It's like a bunny slime. Are there special events or something? Because these enemies are really coming out of the woodwork on a pretty regular basis, and I thought I would have seen them by now. I mean, maybe there's like special days when things happen, like calendar days, or like maybe there's like an event set up for Halloween, because it's going to be that pretty soon. Maybe like the week around Halloween, new stuff happens. It's entirely possible. I think there was something like Santa-related that happened in the past. I don't know if that's 100% correct, but I thought I remembered seeing pictures like that at some point. Alright, so the pyramid, I think, was how we got down to the jungle. Let's double-check that. That is correct. And somebody mentioned there is something I need to grab while I'm in here. It's probably these sacks that are all over the ground, right? Is this... let's mine them, I guess? Yeah, okay, so they've got coins in them. Oh, a whole bunch of copper coins. That's neat. And then there's these cool, whatever these are, little background topiaries. Tapestries, I guess, would be the name for them. Topiaries are not these. Can I mining pick you up off the ceiling? That is what we do, okay. Hey, I got an Omega banner and a bunch of snake banners. Neat. I guess little extra things to add to my collection. So we will head back down into the pyramid and do a little bit more looking for stuff. And I should have a little bit of an easier time now that I can coast a bit on my, you know, hovering and flying and, you know, more life. Well, let's see if I have enough for... yeah, I do actually have enough for another mana up. I should probably combine that first, otherwise it's a waste of everyone's time. There we go. Put that back. And... oh, so dark without the things. Oh my goodness, I definitely need some sort of light source. That is just crazy dark. Alright, so I Is this really how I got through? Yeah, it is. Okay, I filled up that whole cave with water, or actually dumped it out of that cave. Amazing that the fire still works underwater. It's unique material properties here in Terraria World. And where did I go? I guess we need to make our way back down to the left. I mean, I could, of course, blaze an entirely new path, but I'm not sure how practical that would be. I'm pretty sure I want to just go where I left off. Oh, geez, these guys are already hunting for me. And maybe, if we get real lucky, we'll run into something entirely new and special and wonderful, and not just instantly die, because that's sort of what I see happening now. Because I'm rushing, that's, you know, the thing that happens when you rush, you just sort of put yourself in imminent danger. Okay, let's move to the left, and what's down here? Where am I even on the map? Oh, okay, so I actually want to go down here. It's just so dark, I didn't put any torches? Is this really the way I went? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that is the way I went. I just went down through this, like, creepy little secret zone that I'm gonna have to figure out a way through again. I guess I have my boomerang, so that gives me a little bit of light. I don't know what just hurt me there, but whatever. Let's keep going. An air pocket. I'm trying to think of what other fundamental misunderstandings I had that I could speak on from the comments, because I always try and catch up and read on them right before I start a new episode, so they're fresh in my mind, and I feel like I've gotten a few of them already. But nothing else is coming to mind. If it does, I will definitely bring things up. What is that bee doing? It's like a new type of bee that I don't recall ever seeing. Kind of want to fight it, to be honest. I want to see if this, like, gives me a thing. Well, it'll probably be faster to fight it if I go this way, right? Oh, there's like an Eater of Worlds in here, too. What is the way through to safety? Let's get a torch. Oh, it's... Okay, I just unleashed a whole barrage of water. That's probably bad. Might have just flooded a bunch of stuff I needed to actually see. Get a couple of these guys going. Oh, there's some sort of little, like, fungus, cornucopia up here. I guess we'll just break those down and see if they give me anything nice. Ropes, copper coins, alright, whatever. I've had copper coins before, you know, they're cool. They don't really get the job done anymore, though. We're on to, you know, the silver primarily, and hopefully gold as much as possible, and even, maybe a platinum or two, if we could. I think I had people asking, like, why was I not breaking orbs or breaking orbs? I don't know what I was doing with the orbs anymore. I've kind of forgotten about that. But there was a point that I think I had stopped hitting them because I was worried about, like, waking up the Eater of Worlds again, or the boss, whatever, whichever one that's called. Mr. Worm Boss, you know which one. And, you know, I was into fighting him again, but at the same time now, I guess it's kind of, like, pointless. So, yeah, I mean, if I hit them, it was mostly out of just curiosity of seeing what items they would drop. They might not even drop anything useful at this point, but I like to hoard. So if you haven't noticed, I like to keep a collection of all sorts of different types of ores and things. And amongst those things would be like shadow scales and demonite and all of that. So, you know, if it's something like that, that's probably why I'm doing it. Yeah, I just have to sort of keep in mind that I have my own little style, and it's not always reasonable or logical. It's just kind of how I do things. Largely, the main thing that's kind of, if anything, I think would be frustrating for people is just the fact that I spend so much time on inventory management, but I try to do that off-screen as much as I can. And it's amazing to see the diverging opinions of people who want to definitely see everything on camera, and then the people that, like, don't show anything on camera. No mining, they don't want building, and then some people are like, always mining, always building. I mean, I kind of feel like I'm sort of in the middle of that. It's Terraria, so, like, of course there's going to be some mining and some building. You just can't really get around it. That's, like, the focus of this whole game, right? So I don't really feel too bad if I show a little bit of each. Probably not going to show all of each, but I guess there's some sort of a happy medium, because you can't please everyone, really, and that's sort of the thing that I've learned, the life lesson of YouTube. It's taught me a lot. You know, you really, truly can't please everyone, and you just have to try your best, and I hope that people are reasonable and understanding enough that nobody gets too pissed off or frustrated if they don't see the thing that they want to see in the series. I think, hopefully, you know, spending time together, hanging out, talking about random junk and nonsense, and exploring all of those little wonder-filled moments are what makes these times that we spend together sort of special and wonderful. So that's why I like it anyway. Whether I miss some silt on a certain time, or I miss a certain item, or I forget to kill the Indiana Jones zombie, which I hate to miss, unfortunately, but, you know, it happens. Oh, there's an emerald right here, and what on earth is that? that a lollipop or something? I'm definitely getting that. What was it? I picked it up. It didn't say anything? Alright, I'll look in my inventory. Just give me one sec here. The spores, I want to make sure I get that emerald. There's our map, and let's look at that. Oh, some people told me that I was super dumb for throwing out... What on earth did I get? Goodie bag. Let's see. What did I get? Rotten eggs. Oh, that sucks. I was super dumb for throwing out the healing potions, because I could have used them to craft into the better healing potions. I guess that's unfortunate that I didn't realize that, but at the same time, you know, these things are pretty common, right? So it shouldn't be a huge deal to go get more. I know rotten chunks are a thing, I know stingers are a thing, I mean, all of this stuff I save, so if you see anything with the exception of, like, those single time that I threw away the healing potions, I pretty much keep everything else. So I'll try and keep that in mind for next time. So we'll use our magic boomerang here to try and carve out a little path through these vines, see if there's anything worth seeing down here. Doesn't seem like it. I wish I could duck sometimes, because this ceiling is like right in my way. What else is going on down below? Looks like this is where we just about were to. Yep. Alright, so we just want to go one more room to the left, and I think we're pretty much there. And, you know, we're doing alright. I think health-wise, we could be a lot worse. Having the ability to fly really does do wonders in a place like this where everything is so vertically oriented, right? What's this hornet doing? Is this a special type of hornet, or is this just the usual ones? I felt like they were usually smaller than that. Stingers are good. Let's get rid of all these man-eaters. And their accompanying Mildreds, if possible. Is there... Oh, there seems to be some foliage and plant life up above the ceiling, so if I could, like... Completely forgot I could grapple onto things. That's kind of an important thing. So, you know, all these powers combined, not only do I form Captain Planet, but I can also reach amazing levels of verticality and save my own life when I do a move like that, which is entirely unwelcome. So, yeah, don't do that. Just stop falling off of things. I see a silver coin. I see a statue, a treasure chest statue, which may or may not have any significance. Silt blocks. We're going to probably be dumping some resources at some point, because I see my inventory filling up pretty freaking quickly. Let's shoot some bullets up here. I know it's been a little dark as well. You know, I'm still continuing to try and keep things, you know, happy medium when it comes to the darkness. I have figured out ways to do some post-processing. Wow, apparently that was a tongue twister for me. Post-processing effects to try and raise the brightness to a sort of like a nice status. So, I mean, if things are continuously too dark for you, well, I'll try to keep my torches up, but, you know, just say the word, I'll try and sort that out on my end as well. I may or may not have already applied some of them, too, depending on where this ended up looking to me in the preview window when I went to edit. See some bombs. What's going on over here? Let's do a little bit of boomerang work, just see what the scope of this room is. Looks pretty small. I guess we're not going to hang out in this area. Excuse me, a little thorny vine thing. Get that out of there. Alright, so we are just now to the point where we can continue to make progress. And it looks like I have so much mana now, I'm not even worried about wasting some bullets. Let's head over in this direction. Should have plenty of extra time if I need to float a little bit. Let's toss a few sticks down below. Oh yeah, alright, we got lots of room for error here. We can just look around, take our time. Alright, let's toss some more bullets down. I forgot what it is that I'm actually looking for while I'm here. I think I just got another one of those lollipops, which are pretty strange. What is that? I guess it's a little piece of the bee. A piece of the bee. Nice thing to find on any day. Let's put down a torch, and we'll toss a little bit more neon into the world. Wow, I just didn't jump for some reason. Alright, there's a little bit of demonite ore down here. And another hornet. See, this one's super tiny. I guess they come in multiple sizes and shapes. Which makes sense, because, you know, just like anything else in life, things do come in different sizes and shapes. So let's dig out this stuff. Looks like I've got quite a bit more green going on over here. Where's the jungle end on the ceiling, or the... Alright, we've got a long way to go to see the heart of the jungle, it looks like. Let's get some more light. I'm trying to think of other things that I want to build. You know, I think my house is doing pretty well. in terms of like my overall objectives for what I want in a domicile, this is right now the functional element. You know, it gets the job done for housing NPCs primarily. It's not ideal for a long-term place to live. I eventually would want to build some kind of crazy mansion or like skyship or castle under the ocean or so, you know, one of those crazy things that people always do when they play sandboxy games like this. So, you know, keep that in mind. That's a long-term objective. But right now, as long as I'm building up my character, looking for, you know, items and abilities and just sort of sussing out the main rudimentary level Terraria play stuff, that stuff's all in the back burner. But I will be keeping in mind what exactly I'm going to shape myself into when I get to that point. Somebody asked me, and did I even say this already? Maybe I did. What class I'm trying to play as long-term? I think I mentioned this in one episode. I don't know if I really had an opinion then. I still kind of don't. I'm just sort of going to go where the items take me. I don't mind having a little bit of everything. I like to adapt to each scenario if I can. So if there's a particular type of character... Oh, Bambi the party girl has arrived. That's unexpected. But if there's a particular type of character that seems to make sense for a certain situation, then I will try and assume that role. Usually I like to have a nice balance, you know, between melee and long distance. In this case, I'm sort of favoring the long distance fighting just because, you know, the items have worked out that way. I've always been a fan of the boomerang. I think the boomerang gets the job done. I've also been a fan of, like, the Maramasa. There's also, like, some sort of a flail. I don't know if that's still, you know, a valid opportunity for me in the future because, like I said, I've only played this 1.2 version for a short time, and you've been with me for all of it. But I'm just basing these opinions on what was available when I played it in the 1.0 days, or whatever days those were. I guess to some degree also 1.1. But I never finished all the content, so we're still going to be discovering all of that. I've still never killed a, what is it, the Wall of Flesh in Hell. It's a pretty epic-sounding boss fight. I'm kind of into that. Something I look forward to accomplishing with your guys' help. Not sure even how to begin approaching it other than just go there and see what happens. Hopefully those stupid imps that shoot fireballs are not a thing anymore, because those freaking piss me off. Those are really annoying. They probably totally are. They're probably even harder. Who knows? And maybe there's a little bit more diversity in the Hell biome. I thought it was one of the cooler ones, although it kind of sucked getting killed to lava all the time. Although I know there's that, what is it, the Obsidian Skull. I am familiar with the end game materials, or, you know, what they used to be anyway. It's just been such a long time since I've hunted for them, so I don't really remember how to make an obsidian skull. It may just be a thing that drops. I'm sure you guys will let me know quite a few times in the comments, so that's, you know, that's why I love having you guys here to have my back. Well, I am doing my thing, trying to not take shots to the face by this deadly bee sting. That seems to be... Oh, it ran through all of my mana. Okay, so let's jump over here and grab some of that. There seems to be another lollipop, whatever these things are. Candy apple, that's what that said. So, yeah, all my mana's back now. Terrific. I guess that's all those are. And it's good to have this item in case... Does the enchanted boomerang even use mana? I don't think so, right? No, it doesn't. So it's good to have another type of attack for the instances where my wand might fail me. And I do want to definitely grab some of that slush and see if I can maybe move in the direction of having an upgrade for that. Because I do always want to keep in mind I could be doing more damage at any given moment. Alright, this looks like a pretty dangerous place to be, but I do see a chest right there, so provided I can get out of here with my life intact, I will be headed in that direction. Let's see if we can just illuminate the situation. There we go, we got through him. Grab that MP again, and let's throw down... Is that a... Oh, it's a golden chest, even better. I thought it was just a standard one. Let's hope for big money, no whammies. Anything else over in this corner? Let's just... Yeah, there we go. Just want to make sure I could see everything there was worth seeing. Just stupid fish, who hates my ads, most likely. Alright, so we're going to go and open this chest. Let's see what's in there. Oh, well, I gotta dig out this wall, I guess. Chest contains another extractinator, jester's arrow, tungsten bar, flaming arrow, healing potion, archery potion, torch, and 2 gold. Alright, this is actually a decent amount of gold, and I've actually filled up my whole inventory again, so we're going to chuck some of the stuff I might not need. Just checking to make sure I'm not drowning. I am not. Tungsten ore we can keep. Seeds we can keep. Emeralds we can keep. Silt, probably don't need that. I mean, I know we already talked about this before, but I'm just going to take the stuff that jumps out at me as being particularly useful. Lesser healing potion, I'm going to make the same mistake again, and we will put a golden chest in that slot, I suppose. Why am I taking damage? Oh, I probably just stepped on a tack or something. Alright, what's down here? More of the same. And let's look at the map. Where are we at now? Oh, there's a big old cavernous region we've just discovered here. Looks like mahogany up top. There's some sort of a strange structure in the top left. It looks like either intersections with dirt or something else. I kind of want to explore that, but let's see how far down the rabbit hole goes before we go up a little bit more. Our goal, of course, is to, as always, go up, down, and all around. I want to make sure we explore everything quite thoroughly. Oh my goodness, these are all branching paths in every direction, it looks like. I hope I can discover some sort of an item that will clear out all of these vines, like, almost instantaneously. If I could find one of those flails, I think that would be great for that objective. What is that glowing? Oh, those are the spores. Right, I think I want spores, right? I think that's a thing that is important. Oh my goodness, so many of these guys. And this enchanted boomerang does very little damage, apparently, so I guess I should probably not focus on that too much. Alright, plenty of MP to spare. These guys should all go down fairly easily. Pretty used to this kind of treatment by now. These, man-eaters, not that exceptional. Tiny bees and tiny birds and tiny wings and angry birds and all of those things, you know, iOS apps notwithstanding, all more annoying than the man-eaters, because I can't see them coming as much. Is there an iOS game about bees? I'm sure there is. Really, you name it, there's probably an iOS game about it. We found a tiny amount of gold here, might as well harvest that. There's probably some use for gold. Regardless, whatever it is, I'm probably going to harvest it in the end. I guess we'll eat some kind of... Oh, there's a heart crystal standing right there. I almost didn't even see it. Let's go do a little inventory management while that just continues to shine in the darkness. I'm going to chuck this rotten chunk in the vile mushroom, I guess, for now. Rotten chunks are not so hard to come by. This one stone block, probably not necessary. I'm hesitant to open up the piggy bank just because I kind of don't really feel like putting it down, finding a usable spot, and then like going back and forth. I see a green mushroom as well, which is also, well, I guess I am going to have to probably put the piggy bank down. Nobody makes me put piggy bank down. I don't know what that is a reference to, but I think it's the baby in a corner reference. Whatevs. Alright, so let's actually do that real quick before too much more time passes. I think I have to put a shelf down, right? Or otherwise I can't really do much to manage with that. Alright, so there's that guy. I guess I have to put this in my inventory first. Put it on the shelf, and then we'll just toss all of this stuff in here. Not really going to need to worry about this stuff too much. Vines I'm probably going to still grab more of. I'm not going to probably find too many more snake banners or omega banners down in the jungle. Probably maybe. Likely to find more golden chests, or hopefully anyway, I'm not sure. But still, I'll just take this stuff out. If I find more of it, I'll stack it later. Rotten eggs. I know I can just move this stuff over quickly. I'm choosing to do this because I like to look at each item as I move it over. Demonite ore, always a great thing to have. Bombs, whatever. Don't need them taking up more slots. Jungle spores can hang out up there. Lenses, don't need them. Put that right back there. Oh, rich mahogany, actually. I don't need that. I want the wood platforms up in that corner. More stingers. I'm sure I'll find more of those. Probably not likely to find another chest statue. Lead ore can go hang out with the other ores over in this corner. Wooden arrows. I don't even have... Oh, okay. I guess I turned them all into fire arrows. And a jagged shackle, which gives me plus 1% damage. The one I have now. Critical strike. 1 defense versus 1 defense. I'll actually take the damage up. You know, crits are great, but 2%, not that high. I'd rather have a thing that works all the time, I guess. Oh, I think that makes more sense. What do you think? Hopefully. Tungsten bar, tungsten ore, tin. Probably not going to find much more tin down here. If I do, I guess I'll deal with that when I deal with that. And let's put a heart crystal back up here. Use that. And that is our progress for the day, I suppose. We found one more bit of heart crystal. I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's move all these down into the corner so we'll keep the majority of the stuff that we're going to go through regularly down here. And I guess we'll pick up our piggy bank again. I keep thinking it's the axe. It's the pickaxe now. Or not the axe, the hammer. Anyway, so I think that's going to do it for this episode. I'm going to go ahead and pick up more wooden arrows right away. I suppose next episode we will go ahead and continue to explore the jungle. You know, it seems like there's a lot of still untapped potential here, so I don't really want to cut us too short on that, and make sure I get whatever items I'm going to need for, you know, future progression, because I'm pretty sure this is one of the places that has all that stuff. So since it's here, and since it's big and open and luxurious and all of that, we're going to hang out in it for the time being. Eventually we'll go back and look through the ice caves with a little bit more detail, and then we will also make sure we head on to, you know, the deeper, darker nether realm of hell and all of that stuff, and, you know, the dungeon. I don't even know what the progression mechanic necessarily is. I know you guys have chimed in a few times, and I have read the comments. I just don't remember. I see some gold, though, so we'll definitely grab some of that. But we can do that off camera. So thank you, everybody, for sticking around again. Thank you, as always, for your support and your continued viewing of this series. I greatly appreciate having you here. Please do continue to leave me your suggestions, your tips and your tricks, and your, you know, strategies and all of that stuff. I love it all. Without your help, I would probably be completely lost, because I really don't want to spend much time on the Terraria wiki, if any, actually. I probably haven't spent a single moment there since I've started the series, and I like that, because it means that I can find stuff kind of blindly. You know? Anyway, I was wrapping up the episode, and now I'm going to go off on another tangent, so I will leave us for now. Thank you as always, and I will catch you next time.